I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Pietro Labriola. He is the CEO of TIM Brasil. Pietro, it's so great to see you. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, Judy. Thank you to you.
A quick note to viewers, this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. Now, Pietro, congratulations on the new listing today. What's the rationale behind the new listing and why is it important?
This is the final stage of a long process that we started several years ago that led to the restructuring of our organization in TIM Brasil. This will lead to us to have the concentrating and reduction of expenses and costs, alongside with the optimization of the tax burden. But I think that it's important to remember to everybody that the merger of TIM Participações in TIM SA will maintain the same rights to all the shareholders and an exchange ratio of 1-to-1. The new listed entity was born with the same corporate governance level as the former entity, which is significantly better and above the average of our peers in LATAM. Not only governance, but all ESG factors are embedded in our values and strategy. But let me point out the last element. This week, our ADR is trading under when issued state. So investor might see different codes across platform, but starting from October the 16th, regular trading will commence under the final ticker TIMB.
Now, tell me about the company's evolution and transformation over the past years, including initiatives and services beyond your core business of connectivity.
I think that as TIM Brasil, we are proud that we are the most innovative telco player, not only in Brazil, but I think in LATAM. While we are continuing to perform in our core business, we are enlarging our new opportunity, new sources of revenue, working mainly in three areas: Internet of Things, the so-called IoT, financial services, and mobile advertising. These are three important big markets. IoT, we are by far the leader in the IoT business for the agro business in Brazil. Let's remember that agro business is one of the areas in Brazil where the GDP is continuing to grow year over year double digit. But this is not only is not the only area in which we are working. In the following weeks, we will announce an important partnership also in the car manufacturing field. This is the first step that with the arrival of 5G will allow us to further accelerate in this area. Then there are mobile advertising. This is an interesting area. Let's remember that 80% of digital advertising today is on mobile, where we are acting on both sides as a publisher and as an advertiser. In both cases, we are developing some opportunity. And let's remember that during 2021, the use of third-party data cookies will be forbidden. So there will be an opening of new opportunities for the telco player. And I think that we are really well positioned on that. Last but not least, financial services. We have announced in July the agreement with C6, that is, I think, the main digital bank in Brazil, where we are selling jointly telco services with financial services. This is a different approach that will allow us to avoid to compete directly on price, adding value and innovation. But I think that the most interesting component could come in the next 12, 18 months. Let's remember that in Brazil, we have more than 45 million unbanked people that can use as digital wallet our recharge, our prepaid. And this is something on which we have to work with the other telco player. So, three areas: IoT, mobile advertising, and financial services that can give us good opportunity for the next 24 months.
And finally, Pietro, the Brazilian telecommunication market seems to be very active, suggesting that we could see some M&A activity. What's your company's position as it relates to M&A activity?
As we announced, we did an offer to buy some mobile asset of Oi, that was the fourth player in Brazil it's important to remember that this is not a buy process, but it's a sale process. OI has financial issue and is selling some mobile asset. Jointly with Vivo and Claro, we did an offer to buy this asset, and we were able to gain the stalking horse status that will allow us in December, then there will be the auction, to have the right to top to buy this asset. Then there will be a process, if we will be awarded, for the approval of the different institutions. What is important to share is that everything is on track as planned. And perhaps it's important to remember that the consolidation process in the telco market is something that is happening more or less in a lot of countries, because this is a capex intensive business. So the possibility to have to reach economy of scale and to have a more rational market is something really important to guarantee to the shareholders, to the company, but also to the country, the possibility to have a fair competition with the right return on investment.
Pietro, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thank you for joining me on NYSE Floor Talk.
Okay, it was my pleasure, and I hope to see you in person as soon as possible.
Me too.
Ciao, ciao.